an NFC East battle right off the bat. It's The Coach. This is Week 1 of the NFL on EA Sports. Coming up, an important season is about to begin for Eli Manning. His Giants get a tough test right out of the gate as they take on the defending NFC East champs, the Dallas Cowboys. I'll be back at halftime with a look around the early games. But let's get you over to Big D. Here are Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
Coach, EA Sports coverage of the NFL brings us to the Lone Star State and the very mammoth AT&T Stadium in Arlington, Texas. A moment ago, here was the scene with the Cowboys emerging from their tunnel. It was loud. It's still loud. We're ready for football as the Cowboys get set to match up with the New York Giants. So happy to be with you, Brandon Gaudin and Charles Davis, and we thought it would never get here, but here we are back together. It's opening weekend of the 100th season in the NFL.
So much football to talk about. That's our main focus. But how about how much happened in the offseason? Rules changes. Overtime rules were discussed in a big way. Some superstars changed addresses. There's a whole lot to talk about in the NFL in addition to this game we're getting ready to watch.
Running it with the NFL's Offensive Rookie of the Year a season ago, Saquon Barkley. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. It's a giant first down on a gain of 16.
And that's a run that'll energize an offensive line. They'll take that one all day long. Fundamental breakdown by the defense. You've got to be able to make plays on the edge.
Now Jones. Open target here, Darius Slayton. Give him 9 there on the first down completion. Well, we see so many good battles in the NFC East, and Cowboys and Giants, they rarely disappoint. They didn't disappoint last year. Cowboys got the better of the Giants both times. Week 2, 20-13, and then in Week 17, a thriller, 36-35. That was a game where Dak Prescott threw 4 touchdown passes. From the gun on third down, Jones finds his tight end Ingram. And he will have the first down, but he winds up taking a pretty good shot that time. And they just keep marching right along. First down on a pickup of 8 there. A first down carry for Barkley. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be second down.
One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the second half, when you've got a running back of this size, of these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense because you're excited about hitting him in the first half. Maybe not so much in the second half, and some of these shorter gains turn into bigger runs later.
First down, Giants on a pickup of 14. A first carry for the Clemson man, Wayne Gallman. And he'll go down right on the edge of the red zone following a pickup of about 7 or 8. On 2nd and 2, Jones. And that's going to be incomplete. A lot of contact, no call, and it's third down.
Once you get into the red zone and the safeties have less ground to cover, you'd better be quick with your delivery. Not much space to get a ball in there.
Yeah, when that field shrinks with those safeties, it's almost like there's a couple extra defenders out there, right?
It certainly is. They end up taking up extra space just because there's not enough space for receivers to run through.
If you make the stop there, maybe you hold them to 3 on this opening drive. They didn't get the stop.
Yeah, new set of downs now. Now you're worried about, just as you pointed out, not just giving up 3, possibly giving up 6. Let's see what they decide to do here because they've got to change up what they have been doing. It hasn't been working.
So give them the yardage on the pass and half the distance to the goal line.
Because they're inside the 30, so now you don't march off the full 15, right? You have half the distance to the goal. In any event, that's pressure.
And he will take it on in for a giant touchdown. from 4 yards out as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. Excellent start there. First drive of the season. Big-time success putting it in the end zone.
And remember, that was done without any real map of how to do it. In other words, the deeper you get into the season, you get game film to work off of, tendencies to work off of. The first drive of the season, things can be entirely different than what you've seen in the past. It's a really good job of execution by them.
So Prescott to the Cowboys now with a 1st and 10 at their own 23. They run with Ezekiel Elliott, last year's NFL rushing leader. And not much there. Maybe a yard up to the 24.
They'd love to just strike back with a touchdown right here. And if it's a long play, so be it. But the main goal, get a couple of first downs, run some plays, run some clock, allow their defense to get a chance to catch their breath, settle down, and relax a little bit after they just gave up a score.
On 2nd down now, it's Elliott. That one covers 24 yards. It's a 1st down.
Coming in, he really liked his chance of having a big year based on a terrific offseason. And runs like that on opening weekend, show that he's right.
So after a good run by Zeke, another 1st and 10. Prescott. And he'll hit the slant route. That's caught by Cooper. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. 2 chunk plays in a row. The last one was over 20 yards, and so is this one. So the drive takes them into Giants territory now. 1st and 10. Down at the 31. Pass on target. Prescott to Cooper. Touchdown, Cowboys! Amari Cooper, 31 yards, as his guys are on the board here in this 1st quarter. And a nice job by him to catch the slant and then navigate and break free.
And receivers love slant routes because it gets the ball in their hands so quickly and oftentimes on the move. And when they're on the move like that, then they get to use their best asset, which is usually their speed.
And their speed sometimes, like this instance, can take them into the end zone. This is taken at the 3. And he'll take this across the 25, couple extra yards up to the 27-yard line. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. They were successful last time finding the end zone on their opening drive of the season, and they'll get another shot here with a 1st and 10. Tackle there by Leighton Vander Esch.
Ready. 15.
From the 30 on 2nd down, Jones throwing middle, but it's incomplete. Well, the spark that ignited the Cowboys-Giants rivalry goes back to 1960 when Dallas's first head coach and former New York Giants assistant Tom Landry brought his 0-10 rookie squad into Yankee Stadium. That game would finish a 31-31 tie, the only non-loss in the expansion Cowboys' first season. 6 decades later, still one of the most heated rivalries in the NFL. Heck, even Cowboys head coach Jason Garrett spent 3 seasons in a Giants uniform. And Dallas leads the overall series, including the last 4 meetings. On 1st and 10, Jones nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Defensive end DeMarcus Lawrence applied the heat. After the sack, it's 2nd and 19, and the road gets a bit tougher from here. Throwing Jones. He's got Smith here. And he is down at the 48. A pickup of 4 that started at 148-yard line and ended at the other. Jones throwing on 3rd and long. They'll complete this to Ingram as tight end.
When you execute a drag or a crossing route really well and give them a chance to let it develop a little bit, you can gain some significant yardage hitting your tight end on that one.
And I tell you what, he got it from 58. That had lots of leg behind it. Remember, with Rosas, there was some speculation last year in the preseason that he might not hold on to his job with the Giants.
But he certainly answered the challenge, didn't he? 32 of 33 during the regular season, 97% that is, and was named to the NFC Pro Bowl team. And by the way, at 6'3", 234, he can bench press your kicker.
Here's the Dallas offense now heading back out onto the field. So Prescott and the Cowboys now with a 1st and 10 at their own 26. Oh, a scrap for the football, and he's going to come down with it. Give him 15 there, and the Cowboys have a first. One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9. 10-6 the score after 1 right here on EA Sports. On 2nd down, Elliott. And the play goes nowhere. Losing yardage back near the 40 at the 39. He lost 4 there, and it's 3rd down. Now Prescott. Another example. Looking for Cooper, and it's intercepted. Picked off by the veteran Antoine Bethea. And a great return as he gets this all the way down close to the 30-yard line. Cooper was the target there. From the 32 now. Here's 1st and 10. On the draw, this is Barkley. And he'll just plow right into a host of tacklers. Nothing there at all, and it'll be 2nd and 10.
60 outlaw. You draw Corson.
On 2nd down, here's Barkley.
Okay, didn't break that one all the way, but you got to know that he feels like he's right on the verge, and that's probably exactly what he's telling him in the huddle right now.
They'll try to run for it with Barkley. No gain on the play there, and it'll bring up 4th down.
How about the fellas with the stars on the side of their helmets rising up on defense? We always hear about the Cowboys' rushing offense. Their rush defense is pretty good as well, I think, because they're so cohesive. Defensive line, linebackers really work well together.
They got the interception, but very little movement after, and that forces them to settle for 3. And it does feel like settling when that happens, doesn't it?
It certainly does, but we got to give a lot of credit where it's due, and that's to the defense because they ran onto the field. It's what we call sudden change, right? Interception, you've got to go put out the fire, and they did, holding them to a field goal.
Now Dak Prescott of the offense heading back onto the field. And he comes out on the heels of an interception he threw last time they had the ball.
Yeah, and you know, the quarterbacks that I know that are the best ones, the ones that really know how to lead their team, they tell them, that's on me. That's my bad. But let's go back out there and move ahead again, guys. We can get this done.
One good thing for him, it did only lead to 3 points and not a touchdown after that turnover.
Big thanks to the defense.
Yeah, they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 13 yards and a 1st down, Cowboys. A 1st down carry by Elliott. And he will be brought down at about the 43 that time. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8. Throwing on 2nd and 8. Prescott. He's going to find Gallup here complete. That catch good for 5. It's 3rd down.
That's a gain of 5. 46. 3rd and 4. Watch twist. Watch twist. Hey, kill. 27. 29 is the Mike. Mike 26.
Prescott from the gun on third. Cooper's got it. And the ball is knocked out. And the Giants have it. It's picked up. And they have possession. And they have it at the 38-yard line. Well, he did what he's known for. He made the catch, then he turned into a runner, took the contact, and coughed it up.
And all I remember as a player, when they catch the ball, when those acrobatic guys catch it, you have to make them pay sometimes. You have to put it on them. Big tackle, knock the ball free. Anything you can do to slow them down.
On second down, Barkley. 9 yards on the pickup there as they'll be left with 3rd and 1. The Giants on 3rd down. They've converted 3 out of 5 thus far. They're up against a 3rd and 1 situation. Now Saquon Barkley. So he fought off the tackle, and that effort gives him the first before he's brought down. They only get 2 there, but on 3rd and 1, that's all they needed to keep the drive going. They'll run on 1st down. Barkley. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. They'll run it here. This is Buck Allen. And they're well past midfield, just a yard or 2 shy of the 40. 13 yards, good for a Giant 1st down.
That's pretty much meat and potatoes right there, wasn't it? Just go right at them and let your big horse charge up the middle. Not too fancy there, was it?
Nothing fancy at all, challenging that defense. And on that go-around, the offense won the challenge. It's a pickup of 3, and we have now arrived at the 2-minute warning. And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. From the 38, Jones. It's hauled in by Shepard. And all the way inside the 15 before they drop it. And he's going to have another 1st down here as the tackle's made at the Cowboys 14. Jones now hitting on 80% of his passes in the early going. 8 of 10. It's 1st down. And he's got it. And he will take it on in for a Giant touchdown. A 14-yard touchdown. And the Giants are able to add on to their lead.
A lot of people might call this backyard football. Sometimes just understanding who you've got out wide and who you're going to throw it to. Give him an opportunity to go up and make a play, even when contested. Looks like that one worked out pretty well. The trust factor in effect.
This one taken from the 7. Solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32-yard line. The Dallas offense here set to begin the drive. It was still more than a minute to go in the half. Time to try to mount a drive.
And I would think that they would have to. This is today's NFL. You got to push it whenever you get an opportunity. You can never have enough points with the high-powered offenses that you face. And analytics will tell you, try and score when given the opportunity.
Here's 2nd and 10 now from about the 32. Throwing. Prescott. And this is caught by Witten, the tight end. And all the way down to the 22-yard line. It's a big play for the Cowboys on 3rd. 46 yards. So the big play gets them all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone here for 1st and 10. Now here's a pass on 1st down that's knocked away and incomplete. Michael Gallup, that's who he was looking for. That'll bring up 2nd down. Out of the gun, it's Elliott. And he tried to bounce it outside, but they'll stop him behind the line. Chalk that up as a 4-yard loss. And now it's 3rd down. Here's Prescott into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Alec Ogletree. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. And just 25 seconds to go in the half now as they've got it 1st and 10. They'll indeed start on the ground to run that clock. And how about that for just running out the clock? The Giants going to go ahead and use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 17 seconds to go in this first half of action. So the line of scrimmage all the way up to midfield now as they've got it 1st and 10. Throw left side complete to Ingram. Now the Giants will use the second of their 3 timeouts as they'll stop it with 13 seconds to play in half number 1. 4 yards on that last completion, so that sets up 2nd and 6. 2nd and 6. And he will find his man on the outside. Could be 4-down territory even if they don't get this, but they need just a few inches here on 3rd. Jones now operating from the gun. It's caught. Shepard. And the timeout comes in with 2 seconds remaining. So they can trot out the field goal unit for the try before we hit the lockers. So with 2 ticks left here in the half, on is the field goal unit. From the left hash, this will be a 41-yarder. And Rosas puts this one through. And that will do it for this first half. So we are at halftime here in the opener of the 2019 regular season as we send you on over to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman in our EA Sports Halftime Report. Take it away, Coach. All right, we will save the Week 1 highlights and apparently get right back to the action here in the 3rd. We'll see if Week 1 fatigue becomes any kind of a factor as we are back underway in the second half. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully.
Here we go. Here we go.
About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. They have the ball here for the inaugural drive of the second half. Pretty big deficit, though. We'll see what adjustments were made in that locker room.
And I never want to make something more important than it actually is, right? I don't want to create more hype than what is there. But this is I'm doing it, though. This is a really important drive. And we often talk about teams scripting plays to start a game. A lot of them script to start the second half, too. And they're scripting something that they expect to get them into the end zone and back into this game.
We'll see if that script is a good one for them. Give him 10 there. Good enough for a Cowboy first down. They go play action here on first down. Oh, he got position on him, and he pulls it in. And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 40. Another big gainer that time. This one goes for 19 yards. So the drive takes him into Giants territory now, 1st and 10 at the 42-yard line. They'll run with Elliott. And this has been a familiar sight all afternoon as they stop him behind the line. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up 2nd down. Again, it's Elliott. Give him 3 yards on the run there. That still leaves him with a difficult 3rd and 8 coming up. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. To throw is Prescott. And that is incomplete. Out now comes the Cowboys punter as he should be able to pin him back deep here with his first. And look at this. It's a fake. And this is incomplete. A huge gamble, and it does not pay off. They fake the punt. It doesn't work out, and the Giants are going to get the football back. They'll start out on the ground. It's Saquon Barkley. Weaving through traffic, and now he's free. Touchdown, Giants. Saquon Barkley, 59 yards. And the Giants are able to add on to their lead. And on that long run, maybe the defense caught napping a little bit.
The concentration level may not have been there. I agree with you on that one because those types of plays, when they result like that, they're almost like big bolts of lightning, aren't they? Whoosh, and off he goes.
PAT up and good by Rosas. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. reminder, coming up later tonight, the Patriots unfurl their 6 banners. They play host to their rival Steelers. And then on Monday night, it's the one weekend of the year where you get 2 games to wrap up the week. Texans and Saints from New Orleans in the early game, then Broncos and Raiders. Vic Fangio's coaching debut and the Raiders' final season opener in Oakland. That's the late game, 10:30 Eastern. So Prescott and the Cowboys now with a 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. They'll start the drive with Elliott. And he'll get this from the 25 to the 30 for a pickup of 5. For Zeke, what a first 3 years he's had in the NFL. Last year, his 2nd rushing title, 1,434 yards. Not as many as 1,631 that he had as a rookie. And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Picked off at the 36. And his guys are going to take over at the 34-yard line. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. Jones fakes the give to Barkley. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down. Not sure what happened out there, but it looked like the timing was a little off on that throw.
Well, you know I'm a defender, so what am I going to say?
Great defense.
I'm darn right. They did something to disrupt that timing.
Barkley. They showed off a nice juke of the defender before the next wave could bring him down.
Set. 90s wolf.
And he went backwards. He'll be down at the 30. Boy, that's a 5-yard loss. 4th down now.
To me, that's a superior play by the backer because he was allowed to, I think, run free on it and make that play. His defensive linemen, they covered things down for him because offensive guys, the linemen, what they're trying to do, as you know, is block the guy at the point of attack and then climb to the next level and get the linebacker. When you're not allowed to climb, you got a free hitter, and that's what we saw there, and a really nice play resulted for them.
And he'll bring it a few past the 20 to the 23-yard line. The Dallas offense here set to begin the drive. They have been struggling. I would imagine at halftime they went through some possible changes. Well, those changes aren't working, so now where do you go?
I think that now it's much more in their head. And what I mean by that is just what you said. You've gone over the changes. I bet they were pretty clinical at the half, not too emotional. They might need to go to the emotional side because you've got to find something, some spark somewhere. And so far, just being calm hasn't exactly worked.
They need any spark at this point.
Check. 47. Go to 54. Line in. Mike's 47. Mike's 46.
On 3rd and 1, here's Prescott. And that will be incomplete. That close on 3rd down, I think everybody probably expecting a run. Instead, they go to the air on 3rd and short yardage.
I realize this is a passing league, and they're liable to throw the ball on any down and distance. But that short,
nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Marcus Golden, too much to handle that time, gets the sack. A gutsy decision there at this stage in the 2nd half in their own territory, and a decision that they might regret.
Can't wait for the post.
Now Barkley stripped of the football, and the Cowboys have recovered.
They may have the edge on the scoreboard, but that hasn't made them pass it, has it?
Down. 80 weapon. 10 logo. Don't let him breathe. Get it.
On 2nd down now. Barkley. They'll get him to the ground at the 20 following a pickup of 4.
Ready.
And on 3rd down, the Cowboys bring in an extra defensive back.
And it's 3rd down. Big grip.
Now Jones. From the gun, he'll throw. Looks to throw, fires right side. And that's going to be incomplete. The coverage too good there. The contact popped the ball free, and it's 4th down. Great coverage there all around. Really didn't have many options to throw the football.
Very little chance that that one was going to be completed. Every receiver was locked up.
So yet another field goal to end the drive. That has been a very common theme. He's now hit 5 of them in this game.
Yeah, Brandon, as an offense, you hate that you've had to call on your kicker so often, but you have to love the fact that time and time again, he's come through.
That's it, baby. You got work.
About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. And on that last drive, went for it on 4th, turned it over. Good job by their defense, though. They held him to 3, but and his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off by the veteran Antoine Bethea. And this one will be returned to right around the 38-yard line. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38.
Single.
Here's Jones. Off the play fake. Now Jones is hit. He lost the football. But I believe the Giants got this back, and they will hold on to the possession. Well, they're in some hot water now. After that sack, it's 2nd and 21. A give to Barkley out of the gun. And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere. No gain on the play this time, and it'll be a 3rd and long situation coming up. Throwing on 3rd and long. Jones. He dumps it off to Barkley. Call it a 3-yard gain, and that'll bring up 4th down.
Whether you're playing West Coast offense or not, one of the maxims of the West Coast offense is you're either throwing a touchdown or a check down. In other words, look for the big shot, but be smart. I think they did exactly that on that play. They didn't get the 1st down, but they're taking care of the ball well.
Yeah, and being rightly cautious with that lead here in the 2nd half. All things considered, a pretty good kick. Just cruel punishment there to be denied by the crossbar.
If you're going to hit from that distance, sometimes you're going to need a little luck. And unfortunately for him, this time the break goes against him.
5 yards is the tally on 1st down. That brings up 2nd and 5. Dak dropping this one off for Zeke. And he got blown up. Losing yardage on the play back at the 44. It'll be a loss of a yard. And just like that, it's 3rd down. He's got his target. It's caught. And now look at this. Big gain, but a fumble. And the Giants have it. It's picked up. And his guys are going to get the football at the 23-yard line. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. This is sort of what you would call a put-away drive. They score here, especially a touchdown. It's almost out of reach.
It certainly feels that way, and I think that they're going to call their plays accordingly because what you really want to do, even though you know the scoreboard is still up there and the game's going to go on, in fact, you can take the spirit away from another team, that their drive and will to come back and win can be taken with another score right here.
Still 3rd quarter, but you just get that feel.
Yeah, they're teetering right there on the brink, aren't they?
Again, it's Barkley. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. 1st down for the Giants as they pick up 12. Well, that looked like an example of what you said back in the 1st half. A running back of his size can really wear down a defense. I think he's starting to do that.
I think you're exactly right. And know what else he's doing? He's inspiring the rest of his team because they see this starting to happen as well. So that means they're going to redouble their efforts to help him out. Extra blocking, getting downfield, helping him out.
Off the bootleg, Jones. He completes it to Tate. And he'll be taken down across the 50 at the 45 in enemy territory. Give him 18 there, and the Giants have a 1st down. So from Cowboy territory now, here's 1st and 10 at the 45-yard line. He's got the 1st down here inside the 30. And he will take it on in for a Giant touchdown. Saquon Barkley. Already his 2nd touchdown here in this opening weekend as his guys continue to put this one out of reach. Turning into a really good performance on the road, week one. You're just hoping for that first win. It's tough to do it away from home, though, but they're looking strong.
It certainly is. Any road win in the NFL is a great road win. I mean, it just does not matter whether it's supposed to be tough or not. In this particular situation, how great will they feel leaving with a win on the road against a tough opponent?
A little work still to do, though. So that drive spanned 5 plays, and it's capped off by a touchdown run from Saquon Barkley. Now after the touchdown, here's Rosas on to kick it away. This one taken just inside the 10. Solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32-yard line. The Dallas offense here set to begin the drive. And they had the fumble last time that led to a touchdown. That's a no-no. We'll see what they do here this go-around.
A big no-no. Put that in capital letters. Turning it over, the other team takes it down and scores. That can be a deflator for a football team. Now it's up to the offense to get back out on the field and pick things up.
Well, they're out there. We'll see if they can pick those things back up. Prescott, of course, the former 4th-round pick back in 2016, started all 48 games in his first 3 years in the NFL, and now making start number 49. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Marcus Golden picks up his 2nd sack of the afternoon. So now 20 yards to go on 2nd down after the sack. Work to be done. From the shotgun, a give to Elliott. And he's going to be brought down by the face mask. Here come the flags. This is going to get him a first down.
Defense.
Well, we looked at each other right away. We knew that flag was coming out.
And I always enjoy the conversation post, because officials always tell you, I don't want to throw the flag, but you caused the play. You did it. I had to.
Give him 10 yards on the pickup, and it'll be 2nd and very short. On 2nd and inches, Prescott. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down. The offense on 3rd down tonight, they're struggling. 0 for 6 thus far. They're looking at 3rd and a few inches. Now the throw on 3rd down, knocked away and incomplete. Defensively, you look at the numbers. Another incomplete pass that we just saw, and they're under 200 yards passing for the game, so they've done their job on that side of the ball.
Yeah, recently I was actually working a game where a quarterback had a streak of 5 straight games without a 200-yard game. And that was a big talk, both in his town and amongst his team. How do we get the passing game going? So big credit to them, holding them under 200 today.
Prescott to throw it. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete. Tony Pollard out of the backfield, the intended target. And now it's 2nd down. On the RPO, Prescott's going to keep it himself. They fire this one quickly to Austin. And he'll be brought down inside the 20 at the 19. 4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a 3rd down. On 3rd down, it's Prescott. Caught by Cobb. And all the way down inside the 5 to the 4. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. Here's Elliott, and he will take it in for a Cowboy score. Taking it in from 4 yards out, and the Cowboys are able to make things a bit more respectable. So Dak will bring the Cowboys up to go for the 2-point try.
Well, I do have one word for that touchdown for you.
And they're going to get to him, a sack. Sack back at the 9-yard line. So tried to throw it in for 2 points, but the D got home, brought him down.
Yeah, got home, which means there had to be good coverage. Just had nowhere to go with the ball. Typically, we try and throw quick hitters, quick slants, maybe even a quick fade. Nothing was open. He ends up getting sacked.
The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. And this game comfortably in hand. The scoreboard speaks for itself, but you still got your starting quarterback out there. When do you go to the backup, let him get some time?
And that's one of the great questions in the NFL, Brandon, because I'm just going to tell you, in the 2015 season, I commentated on 3 games in a row that were blowouts. And in none of them did the starting quarterback ever come out of the game for the team that had a big lead. And in each instance, I asked the coaches later on, why didn't you do that? And they all looked at me and said, just don't really do that in the NFL. These guys play, and we just play them all the way through. Now, in certain situations, they will take them out, but for the most part, they're not as worried and concerned about getting them out of the game. And that's always puzzled me a little bit.
On third down, Barkley. And he's going to lose yardage and be backed up to the 25. So fresh out of the 2-minute warning, and here's another timeout taken with 1:55 remaining. Here's Riley Dixon now. Always a good sign when your first punt comes in the fourth quarter. Here's Austin. It's a 42-yard punt, but 8 on the return. And the Cowboys will take over the football with a 1st and 10. And now Dallas gets set to take the field. They are just obviously getting shellacked here in this one, Charles. What's the message if you're a coach for this final drive in a lopsided game like this?
For a lot of coaches,
be honest.
Don't forget today. Don't forget what has happened out here.
Yeah, use that as ammo going forward.
Exactly. Take a great look at that scoreboard. Realize how poorly everything went for us today. Coaching, playing, the whole deal. And never forget it, because
you're not going to want that feeling.
No, you don't want that feeling again. And who knows? You may meet up with this team again.
Now a nice throw here, right side. He hauls it in. And he'll be corralled out across midfield down to the 45. Here's Prescott. With Cole Beasley now in Buffalo, you think that might open up some more targets for Michael Gallup. Last year as a rookie, 33 catches for the Dallas Cowboys. So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. They go back to Elliott. He's been busy. And he's corralled, but not before getting it inside the 35. 11 yards and a Cowboy 1st down. They're going to need to get up and set in a hurry. Prescott looks to throw on first. Got a man complete to Cedric Wilson. 13 yards and a 1st down, Cowboys. On 1st down, Elliott. And he will lose yardage here back at the 23-yard line. Now that sends him 2 yards in the wrong direction and leads to 2nd down. On 2nd and 12, Prescott. And this is incomplete with a clock showing just 3 seconds left. Intended that time for Cooper, and it's 3rd down. And a timeout comes in. The whistles blow with 3 seconds remaining. Seventh play of this drive coming up, but a long way to go on 3rd down. And a timeout comes in. The whistles blow with 3 seconds remaining. Dak and the offense still out there. They are going to go for it. One last shot now for Prescott. That's going to be caught. And he doesn't quite make it, taking it within an eyelash. Dropped at the 1.